Hey y'all. Thank you for stopping by. I'm inspired to do a reading for y'all right now, so I think we're probably gonna pull a couple tarot decks, and I also want to pull some oracles. If you haven't been back in a while, welcome back. Yeah, let's go. So yeah, let's pull some shadow oracles, and maybe we'll do the tarot of sexual magic also. But let's start off strong with some tarot. Let's go ahead and see what's going on for the collective. Why am I inspired to do a reading at the moment? I'm really pushing it with my my camera space right now because I have a lot of readings to upload, and I've just been like just whipping them out. So all right, let's see what's going on. What's going on, collective? Three of Wands. Okay, so this really actually does feel like the energy right now. I feel like the Three of Wands is really talking about what's next, right? So what's next for our future? What's next for humanity? I'm hearing. You know, I don't know if you all have ever had this type of experience, but you know, when you are out in nature and like, I'm just seeing the grass in this card, but you know, when you're like out in nature and like maybe you're like near like a field of grass and like the wind blows through and it blows the grass and you can see like the patterns, or like if you ever watch like Birds in the Sky or whatever, and you just kind of get this sense of like whimsy and like magic, that there's like, I'm gonna tilt my camera a little bit, that there's like magic in the world, and like you can see magic in nature and you see like magic all around you, and you're like, wow, like I'm a part of that. And like, I don't know where I fit in all of that, but I know that I'm a part of it. So like, I don't know, there's just something about that. So I feel like some of you are starting to feel like more connected with nature, more connected with some sense of like unseen magic in the world. I don't know, it's pretty cool energy. What's next? Okay, that's the vibe. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay. I think this could be a person. Okay, this could also just be like an energy, which by the way, like tarot is gender fluid, and I try to use gender neutral language as much as I can here, so forgive me if anything gendered comes up in the message. Sometimes it does. But the Emperor could be anything. I mean, this could be you, this could be an energy, this could be another person. But I'm getting this sense of like mastery and this sense of like self-control and power, and almost like your heart, the way that you operate, I feel like actually makes you really, really strong. So maybe somebody needs to hear that. You could also be coming into contact with somebody. Whoa, and the Queen of Wands. Woo, okay, so super magnetic. These two got a pretty powerful pair. We also have the Nine of Wands. We're kind of gonna breeze past that though, because the 9 comes before the 10, and then that's completion. So some of you could be really close to completing something. You're getting this resurgence, like this second wind, this like confidence. I'm getting here with the Emperor, like this could be someone coming in your orbit who is like also very strong and has a strong sense of self-mastery and is just like very capable. And maybe they see you and they're like, wow, this person's like super vibrant and like super confident. You've got the Page of Wands in reverse. So sorry, I just got a message. So for some of you, this Page of Wands could actually be a person also, that maybe you're kind of like, hey, you know, like some people are just like, we're all at different places in our journey. Some people are still learning, some people are still growing, and maybe there's a part of you that's like, you know, I don't know, maybe you have like sympathy for some people who are like in this place of like still learning, but you're not really wanting to entertain them, if that makes sense. So you might have some people around you who are just like not on your level, and like, it's okay, we're all in different places. You may be around people where you're not on their level yet, you know what I mean? And so that's really like, I don't know, there's a lot of wands so far. You got 3 wand cards and the Emperor, so it's like very powerful energy. I'm pretty sure the Emperor is also Aries, technically. It is Aries season. So maybe some of you out there in Aries are a fire sign, or you're just really feeling that fiery energy. It's starting to warm up out there. 9 of Wands wanted to come back out. So some of you could be coming out of some sort of like battle, I'm hearing, but this could be like a battle of wills. It could be a battle, I just heard battle of the bands. Sorry, this could be a really silly, petty battle, okay? But this could actually be like the end of a very long and tiresome journey, a long road, okay? You feel like there's still stumbling blocks ahead. There's still just like one last step to get to before completion. And you may be looking out into your future and being like, how do I want to come to completion with this? Like, what is the, ooh, King of Swords in reverse. Oof. Okay, so somebody around you might be causing you some problems. Okay, someone who's not very honest. That's been coming up a lot, actually. Whoa, the Magician just fell out on the floor. So I think that you guys don't realize, I'm getting a couple messages from this. First of all, with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, very Spider-Man coded. And when you don't realize the power you have, you can manifest things that you don't want. Okay, things that aren't good for you or others, right? So there's a sense of like, you know, that this last chapter or this last like section, this last window, in this last step is like really crucial, and you can sense that, and you don't know exactly what you're going to do with it. So like part of you, like you may be kind of giving away your power a little bit. I'm getting Page of Cups in reverse, more reversals, more pages in reverse, Chariot in reverse. For some of you, you're like taking a pause, or you feel like you can't move forward, but I think you're underestimating yourself, or there could be forces at play, like other people's energy around you that's like kind of manifesting and stirring the pot of this, like kind of putting more burdens on your back and like all this BS, right? So, but I mean, I don't know, I'm sorry, but the Queen of Wands and the Emperor like really like crown your reading here. So like, okay, I've got a couple of cards. Yep, the Empress just came out in the last reading I did too. You've got the Empress and you have the Four of Cups. So I'm getting whatever this is that's been kind of like bugging you. Like I'm hearing like getting your goat. I feel like something has become a burden and it's tiresome, and you're it's not that you're bored, but you're unsatisfied. And well, for some of you, you might even be feeling ungrateful, which is like not a great energy, but you're also like, to be fair, okay, like I think that we all have been, some of us, most of us anyway, I think most of us have been kind of like, maybe it's been kind of pounded into your head that you need to just be grateful for the bare minimum, or you need to be grateful for like the garbage that people give you. And I think you may be coming to this realization that like you are grateful to be alive, right? I wouldn't say that's the bare minimum, right? I think you're grateful for the things that bring you joy. You're grateful for the things that are a blessing. You're grateful for your stability, for your harmony, for the beauty around you. Like you are grateful. But there's a part of you that's like, do I have to force myself to be grateful for something? I don't know. You may be battling with that. That could be like an internal battle with you with this Nine of Wands. A little bit of an internal battle where you're like, do I need to be grateful for this thing? Like I'm feeling like I want more, like I'm reaching for more. This is starting to feel like a burden. I've got these like, no offense, but these like pages in reverse, and like this other like King of Swords energy that's like kind of here in the background. And you're kind of like, you know, I'm not really like happy with this. Hierophant in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like, you know, in some ways you may feel like, hey, you know, like I've really carried my weight here. I've really pulled my weight. I've done my job. You know, I've done well, but still I don't feel like fulfilled. And that's not good. That means it's a non-reciprocal relationship. You're supposed to be grateful for what you get, and you're supposed to give the most. And even when people are like causing you problems, you're supposed to continue to stay. And this is actually kind of advice too. Did a card just go flying, or did I imagine that? No, it did. Oh my God. Nine of Swords in reverse. Yes. Okay. So listen. Okay. What I'm getting here is you have been stressing about this, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. If there's something weird going on in your life, it has been causing you stress. The advice that I'm getting is to, and this may sound fucked up, but I think you need to stop caring so much. And I think you need to definitely not care about whatever these people are trying to create for you, because half of it is a mental battle. That's literally half of the fucking problems that people are creating for you. So I would let it go. Okay, stop worrying so much, stop caring so much. Recognize that you have a lot of power in this situation, which you do not want to abuse, and which it seems as though you haven't. I'm mostly getting that you are reflecting and you're looking at the situation and you don't love it, and you're kind of like, what else? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think there's this sense of guilt too that I'm getting from this Four of Cups. Like, maybe you might feel a little bit guilty that like you're feeling this way, that you're kind of like over it, and you're like kind of just like, yeah, like this isn't really working for me. You know what I mean? And like that energy, I think, actually comes from a place of knowing yourself well, and also having self-respect and dignity and confidence in yourself, and recognizing that it's not for you anymore. And that's okay. And that's okay. Even though it may be coming at a cost, I'm hearing, or like coming at a price, or there's like a price to pay or something. Five of Cups, stop. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. The Five of Cups is looking at what you've lost, okay? A lot of people say crying over spilt milk, but in reality, this is totally like, okay, even that saying is very much coming back to this childhood notion that you're not allowed to grieve, right? Or be upset, because it's not that big of a deal. So it's not a big deal when I spill the milk, but it's a really big deal if I drink the milk and I'm not eternally grateful, right? You're like, so is the milk valuable or not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's this weird internal battle going on of like, you know, where you feel like you have to be grateful for everything you're given, and you just need to shut up and take it, okay? That's what I'm getting. You need to shut up and take it and be a big girl, okay? Sorry to make it gendered, you know, I apologize. But you also aren't allowed to be sad if it's not going well, or if it's not, or if your things are being taken from you, or you're not being appreciated, or like whatever's happening here. Okay, or people are trying to cause you problems, which, by the way, don't even fucking worry about this shit. I'm sorry. And now, again, this is not me trying to reinforce that mentality that you're not allowed to be upset. Because you are. You're allowed to be upset. I think that's part of what you're realizing now. Look, Seven of Wands. I feel like you are like, hey, if I don't like something, and I don't like the way I'm being treated, and I know that there's better environments for me, there's better people out there for me, hence this Emperor energy, right? Somebody who's got it together, okay? Someone who has self-respect and also respects others. Someone who sees talents and celebrates them in others. Somebody whose heart is like part of what makes them strong and what makes them a great leader. It's part of what actually commands the people around them to listen and to follow. It's respect, okay? Not fear, all right? And so you're like, actually, I have a right to notice these things, and I have a right to protect myself from these things, because this is not good, like whatever this is. And whether this is, again, people who can't admit that they have things to learn with this Page energy in reverse, okay, people are trying to stir the pot and cause problems with this Magician card. Some of them could even be, I hate to say it, actually stirring the pot, lighting the candle, you know what I mean? Trying to use magic to, you know, create situations for you. You know this, you can sense it. It first started out as a bit of dissatisfaction. Now it's into full-blown, like, I mean, I don't know, it feels almost like regret or like guilt or something, but it's more so like, I feel like it's just a really, you're kind of like, oh, this sucks. You know what I mean? You're like, this isn't the best, but it's not terrible. But now you're like, oh, this is actually sucks. And now you're in this Nine of Wands energy, or like that's what has been going on. But the energy I really think you're in actually is this Three of Wands and this Empress and the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. Like that is the energy that's crowning and overarching your reading. And then this is kind of the shadow energy, which actually makes me want to pull some shadow cards. So again, with the Seven of Wands, I feel like you're now in this place where you're like, actually, I love myself, okay? And just like you come in peace, I feel like you depart in peace also, even if you're disappointed. So I think you should depart in peace, if that's what is called for here, departure, okay? So let's go ahead and pull some shadow oracle cards. This is called In the Shadows by All Things Intuitive. So let's see. Because I think this is, again, you have an overarching and an underarching. Okay, so like more like secret, unspoken thing. Or like it may not be a secret so much as like it is I think on the surface, people see you as being dissatisfied, and like maybe even some people think you're ungrateful, or like entitled even. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Like it feels very projection, like it feels like projection, because people don't want to admit the things that they've been doing to actually cause you problems. And so they are trying to like place the blame on you. This might even go all the way back to childhood, dude. Wow. That's kind of deep. I don't want to get too much into that, but like, Spirit's like, get into it, girl. Okay, so like part of what I'm seeing here is that you maybe had parents who like who traumatized you, okay, put you through hell. Sorry if this is triggering. And then they turned around and told you were ungrateful for being emotionally distraught. And that it's not so bad, right? And like you don't have a right to be upset or to be defensive or to feel like you've been burdened because, you know, well, I've given you this, so isn't that enough? Even though I've also caused you all this stress and chaos, and I can't take accountability, and I can't, like, and I don't know how to wield my power properly, and you know what I'm saying? I think that some people abuse their power in your life. Okay, this could stem all the way back to childhood, but it's situations that are occurring currently for you too. And I think that in a way, you're not triggered, okay? And you're not struggling. I just want to put it that way, because that's not the energy I'm getting. The energy I'm getting is you're very aware. You're more aware than people may even think you are. I think you're very intuitive. They may have a sense, but I think you really, really, really know what's going on in a way. And in that way, you know what's happening, and you know what people are thinking, or like in a way, you know, like what they're trying to do, if that makes sense. And trying, keyword is trying, okay? And in that way, you're kind of like, you haven't put all your cards on the table quite yet. You might not. But part of what you're going through right now, I'm gonna look at these cards. Wow. So these are both past cards, okay? So holy crap, this is so crazy. Okay, so your parents. Okay. I'm just getting this. I don't know why, y'all. Some of you guys are gonna resonate with this. I'm sorry if some of y'all don't, but like this is crazy. So what did you want from me? Question mark, right? What did you want from me? Okay, was it not good enough? Did I not give you enough? Did I not provide enough? What did you want from me? And you're like, oh, I just wanted to be able to trust you. Like, I just wanted you to love me. I wanted to feel safe. I don't know. You want to talk about bare minimum? I think you wanted to feel loved. You wanted to have good relationships. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. What did you want from me? There's still this attitude, right? There's still a defensiveness and this sense of like lacking accountability, right? And I think part of this is you're like, people see this in you, this sense of like righteousness, where like some people might see it as being like, you have like some moral grandstanding, or like you judge other people because you're like, this is not good enough. That's what I'm getting. Some people might think that you're a little bit bougie or stuck up, or they might think that you are ungrateful, again, entitled, and that you judge other people. But let's flip that script real quick. Let's flip it on its head. If somebody, okay, is not satisfied with what you're giving them, okay, and they're disappointed in you, all right, maybe the better question to ask yourself is, what did I do to warrant this outcome, right? Just a little bit of self-reflection. Instead of blaming the person who's dissatisfied and disappointed, maybe you could think about, what did I do or not do to this person in this relationship? Whether that was with your parents, with friends, lovers, coworkers, whatever type of relationship, and particularly this situation that's happening now. This self-reflection of, what did I do or not do in this relationship that is causing, because cause and effect, the magician. I think that people underestimate the power that they have, okay? They abuse the power that they have. And then they're surprised and confused when people are upset by their actions. I'm sorry. I don't like the therapy speak of, I didn't make you feel X, Y, and Z. I'm sorry, if you directly negatively impact me because of your actions and I have feelings about it, I wouldn't be feeling this way if it wasn't for the action that you took. Okay? If you did something and it was unintentional, then say that. You know? Give me a chance to reconcile with that. If you did something intentionally and you hoped that I wouldn't find out, well, then you're just caught, right? So then no, nobody likes being caught, but you still did the thing. So it's called accountability. Now, if you did something and it was unintentional and the likelihood that it would cause harm was low, and it just still so happened to hurt someone's feelings or upset them in some way, and you had no way of knowing that it would do that, then that is still an opportunity for an apology because you didn't know that it would hurt someone's feelings. That is an apology. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. You know what I mean? That's still accountability because you care about other people, because you care how you affect them, right? Some people, I think, don't actually feel that way. Sorry, I don't think they do, you know? And it's unfortunate. But anyway, enough of that. I think that this is something you learned a long time ago. With the 9 of Wands, it's been a long time coming. You are no stranger to people doing fucked shit and then acting like it's like you're the problem. Okay? Very simple, very cut and dry. Sometimes I hear your voice. You haunt people. Okay? Also unfortunate. Maybe not your intention. I don't know. When you do fucked shit to people and you don't feel guilty about it, maybe eventually that guilt will come back around. You know what I mean? Like, maybe eventually it comes back around and you start to feel guilty because you're like, oh, I didn't do such a good job as a father, as a mother, as a brother, as a sister. Maybe I didn't do such a good job as a boss, as a coworker, as a colleague, as a friend, right? As an amigo. Maybe I didn't do such a fucking good job as a boyfriend or a girlfriend or partner. You know what I mean? Hey, we all fuck up. You know what I mean? We all make mistakes, but it's just like, how do you handle it? How do you treat people? So like, anyway, there's that righteous indignation, right? So like, I feel like a lot of you out there can relate to that. And like, it doesn't feel good to always be the one in the right, okay? And again, you're not always in the right. Sometimes you do things and you don't realize how it affects other people. Unless they have the balls to come to you and tell you exactly how they feel and why and what happened and give you the opportunity to reconcile. If it was unintentional, then how are you supposed to know? You can have an inkling or a sense of it, and maybe you try and extend olive branches to see, like, what happened? Are you okay? Are you mad at me, right? Like, what's going on? And if people don't have the emotional maturity with these pages in reverse, if they don't have the emotional maturity to say, hey, you upset me, and so I tried to do fucked shit, you know? Because I felt like you deserved it. I felt justified, whatever. At least you could have the balls to have the conversation, right? But some people don't. I'm sorry. But all I'm saying is you're not always in the right, but it doesn't feel good to always have people do wrong towards you, and you constantly have to be the one setting boundaries and being like, this is not okay. You know what I mean? So I think for some of you out there, this is a very familiar pattern, and I think it's time to break that pattern somehow. And without controlling other people, because you can't, without denying yourself the right to be upset, you know? But how do you flip the script? Like, how do you change that narrative where you're like, oh, I'm not the problem because I don't like what you're doing. You know what I mean? What you're doing is the problem. And just draw the line there. Just be like, nope, I'm not taking that on. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with you, but, you know, really do that and stop taking on other people's shit. Okay? Wow. I hope you're happy for me. Okay? And I don't trust you. I'm sorry. So I think that there's some people out there who really hope that you're paying attention to them. And they hope that you're like paying attention, like giving them energy, right? I hope you're happy for me. I hope you're paying attention that my life is going so good or whatever. I don't know what it is. I hope you're happy for me. This doesn't feel genuine. This feels like I actually hope that you are paying attention and I don't feel like what they mean is like, I hope you're happy for me in a good way. Like, I hope that you're like jealous in a way. I don't know why. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting. And then I don't trust you. And I mean, I think that goes without saying. Like, I think there's people around you that you don't trust. And maybe that the feelings are mutual, unfortunately. Who knows why? Anything else, Spirit? I feel like this is such a messy reading, but it's also so like straightforward. I fear that you will reject me. What else is new? I pretend you don't mean that much. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so some people don't come to you for reconciliation, to apologize for the fuck shit that they've done, because they actually fear that you will reject them, and they will basically just be admitting what they've done, and it won't make things right. It'll just make them in the wrong. And some people are so afraid of being in the wrong that they will hide what they've done at all costs, and they will deny what they've done, and they will even somehow justify it, right? So they're like, yeah, I did try and throw you under the bus. Yeah, I did fucking not give a shit about you when you were a kid growing up, and I should have, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I did abandon you, or I did, you know, like sneak around on you, or whatever it was, right? I mean, like, okay, imagine a scroll and just the list goes on and on, bitch. The list goes on and on. Like, I mean, humans, right? So here's the thing. You can forgive people without trusting them, okay? And I think what you're realizing is that this has created a sense of where that you don't trust people, and you put your guard up. And then I think when that comes in combination with people who are, if I could be frank, immature and untrustworthy, I think it creates this clash, right? Because I think also some people, like, they don't trust you to actually treat them fairly because they didn't treat you fairly, right? So this could also be, whatever the situation is, I think, like I said, the feeling could be mutual, where maybe some people don't trust you. And you may be like, why? What did I do? Honestly, I think we all kind of have trust issues. But I think part of this could be because they don't trust you to forgive them. They don't trust you to be kind to them. Also because maybe they don't deserve it. But one thing about you, okay, and this is my collective peeps, right? I know you because I know myself, and you know me because you know yourself. Like, we know each other, right? This is the vibe, okay? This is why we're a team, okay? Or this is why we, you know, are attracted to one another. In reality, one thing about you is that if people had the guts and the humility to come to you and have a one-on-one, like a real ass conversation, the truth is that you are probably one of the more trustworthy people to have that type of conversation with, because you do give people benefit of the doubt. You do give them the opportunity to come clean and to come forward, and you do understand people. And so I think that while people might not trust you, the reality is it's because they know that if someone did to them what they've done to you, they would not forgive them. But you, like I said, this has been a long time coming, okay? How long is this reading so far? Jesus Christ. I can't get a reading underneath a half hour, dude. Like, I can't do it. It's crazy. So anyway, I need to upload these readings, get them on my phone so I can keep on going, right? So I fear that you'll reject me. I pretend you don't mean that much. Okay, so this again, I don't know fucking why. This is stemming back to childhood and your parents. But I think even your parents pretend that it doesn't mean that much to them, that you have gone no contact, that you don't fuck with them anymore, you don't trust them, you don't talk to them, you know, and they're afraid that you're going to reject them, even if they did come forward with an apology. And truth be told, I mean, the thing is like, rejection is protection in some ways. So you're like, if I can't trust you, then yeah, if you come to me with an apology, I can say, hey, I forgive you. But that doesn't mean you get to be in my life anymore. You know what I mean? And that's the unfortunate reality. So they, instead of going through that painful realization, that painful reality, they'll justify to themselves the way that they treated you. They will pretend like it was not that big of a deal. Don't cry over spilled milk. You're so ungrateful. You're so entitled. You're so bougie. You're so this. You're so that. You expect so much from people. You're not that great. Why do you expect so? Meanwhile, bitch, you're the whole ass empress, and you're the whole ass queen of wands. And you're not perfect. You still know that there's more to learn, you know? And like, I've been getting this student energy, okay? I feel like you are ready for more. You're ready to grow. You're ready to open your heart to the future. You know that there's certain situations that are not good for you. And just because you don't want to continue to engage does not mean that you don't understand and forgive and give love where love is due. Usually the people who try and hurt you the most are the ones who actually are the most vulnerable and the most in pain, right? doesn't justify it, but it's just the reality. And you know this. Like, I feel like there's so much that you know, okay? And I wish you would come back. I mean, what else can I say? People are haunted by you. And they're haunted by you because they know that they were wrong, but they don't have the guts to admit it and to go through the process of acknowledging what they've done and accepting that what's done is done, okay? And that while you can, you know, have a good conversation, that doesn't mean that I trust you or that I'm going to let you do it to me again or that we're going to have an ongoing relationship. That would be a rare cold day in hell, basically, is what I'm getting. And they know that. And that's why they would never come back around to apologize. And that's unfortunate. Because even if you know that you're not going to get something out of an apology, if you know that the apology would be a gift to the other person, or maybe they wouldn't even care. Maybe it's a gift to yourself, just to be able to shed that weight, you know, of guilt that you've done something to hurt someone and you want to get it off your chest. You want to apologize for it. That's a powerful thing. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And if there's people out there who feel like, you know, you've done them wrong, then, like, I don't know. It's not up to them necessarily to come forward to you. But if you don't really know that you did someone wrong, or you walking away they felt like was so insulting to them, it's kind of like, I don't know what to say, man. Reflect on it, you know? Reflect on it. It's like, maybe I have a right to be upset, and I have a right to walk away, and I have a right to my boundaries. And if you didn't like it, I'm sorry about that. Maybe there's an opportunity to reflect on that. So, I don't know. What's going to get us the best cherry on top? What's going to get us the best cherry on top? Maybe the Lover's Oracle? Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Weirdly, another tarot deck. Okay. You never know. You never know with these readings, okay? King of Swords in reverse again in this deck. I swear to God. Don't lose your voice, okay, is what I'm hearing. And the Empress, wow. Don't lose your voice. Don't lose your sense of self-respect and, like, love and admiration for yourself. And this sense of, like, this inner wellspring of abundance is really just a matter of, like, love. Like, I don't know, it's just loving yourself. And then you have the Hangman in reverse. I think it's time for you to come out of contemplation, though. I think you've, like, wrap it up. You can wrap it up now. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I think you can wrap it up. I think you understand this particular concept pretty darn well. I think you know what's what. And in whatever way that you just wish people the best, honestly. Just wish them the best. Judgment, Eight of Cups, Page of Cups in reverse. Dude, I can't with this Page of Cups. So there really is somebody here who I think is genuinely like, oh my God, I just heard the meanest thing. And I genuinely wouldn't ever say this, but like sometimes things come to mind. But like somebody's very much in like whiny baby energy. And like, if this is you, I'm sorry. Because let's not be in whiny baby energy, okay? Let's not feel bad for ourselves. Like, but somebody else, I'm getting this is not necessarily you, the one I'm reading for, but somebody around you with this, I wish you would come back energy. I pretend like you don't mean that much to me, blah, blah, blah. I think somebody here is in a very much like whiny baby energy. And like, again, I would never really say that about someone. Like, that's kind of crazy. But you have the Judgment coming out and the Eight of Cups. Once again, making a decision for yourself to walk away from something that is not healthy because somebody here has so much learning and growing to do that they're actually throwing you off your game. Like, they're actually like, it's like, oh my God, I'm getting the worst. Wow. That just tied all the way back around. That's fucking crazy. So like, wow. Okay, where do I start with this whiny baby energy? Queen of Wands in reverse. It's fucking throwing you off your game. That's it. Done deal. That's it. Nope. Because as soon as you start fucking with my energy, we're done. Right? You don't get to project on me and make me feel like I'm less than when like you don't even know. I'm hearing the most like fucked up stuff right now. I think this is really again with the childhood energy is like, I don't know, something about like the past, because I'm hearing all these like sayings that I like learned like way back in the day and like things I don't really say like a lot, which is like kind of just funny. But when you don't even know your ass from a hole in the ground and you're gonna sit here and tell me who I am and what I am and how I feel and what I'm bringing to the table, and that I'm the whiny baby. Crazy. Fucking crazy, dude. That's the vibe. And here's the thing. Okay, somebody maybe when you were a child made you feel like a whiny baby because you wanted like bare necessities. Okay? This is giving like little kid pulling on the sleeve, like, you know, mommy, I need this. And like, so somebody around you is like, I feel like, I don't know how to put this, dude, but it's like they're taking on this energy and they're like low-key projecting it onto you. Like they're trying to offload this energy. Oh, dude, this is the craziest fucking reading of all time. Knight of Cups in reverse. Are these all in reverse? Jesus. No. Nine of Swords. Again with the Nine of Swords. So because of this, I'm putting this back. Because of this energy, I'm also going to put this back. Because of this, all right. Yo, I just saw the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You cannot let people around you like this. You just can't let people around you like this. Nope. We're switching decks. Because when people, the Tower in reverse, and then there's the Ten of Pentacles in the upright. And the reason why I tend to dance around with this energy is because that's kind of what you have to do, right? Like, I sense that when people are kind of like trying to stir this pot and do this little fuck dance with you, you're kind of like having to just like dip and dodge the whack ass energy. And you're like, look, I wish you all the best. I hope you learn your lessons. I don't even hate you. Actually, I hope you get all the love and admiration and accolades and things that you want. Trying to fuck with other people's shit, not so cool. You're going to learn from that. Unfortunately, you might have to learn the hard way if you don't figure it out sooner than later. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to take the fall for your bullshit. And sure as hell, I'm not going to let you try and throw me off my path where that I'm not feeling good for what? You know what I mean? Sorry, but I think you are kind of getting a little bit sick of this. Like you're sick of it. So Spirit, what else? Because in the beginning of this reading, you had this really strong energy of like, what's next? You know what I mean? Look at that. This is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles, whoo, caught it, is about generosity. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So you might actually have a bit of a windfall right now. Oh, that's cool. So you might have a little bit of a windfall, like a financial windfall, or somebody coming into your life again with this Emperor who kind of like swings things back into balance for you and is like very generous with you. I'm very much getting like Cinderella energy from this vibe. Nothing else is going to matter after this, by the way. Just saying. Sorry. That's just the energy I'm getting. This is literally none of this is going to matter very soon. But I'm very much getting like this Cinderella vibe because this person in this card has like a broom and like these little berries and stuff. So they're sweeping, they're picking berries, they're doing what they got to do. And then all of a sudden they're like, whoa, like all these coins start falling in front of them. I don't know. I think you're about to come out of contemplation. You've got this thing figured out. Something good is coming your way. You know who you are. You're getting this revamp, this resurgence of like confidence and power. And there's like all this mucky, yucky garbage that's been really getting in your way. But I'm getting here that like it doesn't even matter. Like I know it does matter. I'm not saying it doesn't. But I'm saying it's almost like it's starting to not matter at all. I don't know what that is, but that's the message I'm getting. It's starting to not matter at all. Because there's something bigger and better, and not just outside of this situation. There's actually something bigger and better, like, within you, I'm getting, but within this situation, because you're, I'm not trying to, like, really big your head that hard, but, like, you're bigger and better than this, basically. And it's obvious. You know what I mean? Is this the Nine of Pentacles? Oh, it's the Page of Pentacles. And again, Nine of Wands. I think you're learning a lot from this actually, because that's just the way that you are, you know, but I do think you're in this stage of completion, but there's something new coming in again with this new Pentacles energy, the Ace, the Six, you know, I don't know. There's this new energy coming in for you. Yeah. Ooh, it feels good. It feels like picking a little berry off of a bush. That sounds really stupid. Oh, okay. I'm really bad with numbers. I think this is the Four of Cups again. Yeah, it is. Because it's all Roman numerals, so I'm sorry. I'm a bit of a dunce, but if you can see that, I'm pretty sure that's the Four of Pentacles or the Four of Cups again. And then the Lovers. Wow. I hope I didn't click off the reading because I'm a dumbass. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure because I'm thinking of the other cups suits around this card, and I'm pretty sure this is the 4 because the 5 looks way different, and I'm familiar with that card more. I can't help it, y'all. I have a basket full of tarot decks, and some of them are not all like, you know, some of them it's the Knave instead of the Page or whatever, or the Knight. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot. Like Knave is, yeah, that's Page. Sorry, it's like another language, y'all. I'm doing a pretty good job, actually. I've been reading for a long time, but I'm used to the traditional Rider-Waite, and then I've gotten many decks over the years, and like especially in the last 5 years. So anyway, I've been reading for over a decade. Actually, it's been like 15. See, this is the 5 of Cups. Thank you very much, which I did know. Dude, this is almost an hour-long reading. I need to stop and shut up. But again, you got the 5 and the 4 of Cups again. So the 4 of Cups has turned into the 5 of Cups for you. Because at first, it was a little bit melancholy, a little bit unsatisfying, a little, you know, kind of like, I don't love this, but I don't hate it, you know? But then now you're like, oh, this sucks. Like this has actually transitioned into being a sucky energy. Sorry. But then 6 of Cups comes next. And the 6 of Cups is all about nostalgia. And you got the 6 of Pentacles. So I'm almost getting like, maybe this is why this is now tying back into this like childhood thing. Because the 6 of Cups really represent like nostalgia and like childhood. And the Page of Swords. You are a student of life. I mean, I think you're learning things about this, but it's almost like it's descending. It's descending into madness. I don't know why. With this 9 of Swords that came out a couple times. You're almost like, oh, this is like getting to a point where like it's actually just such a burden. Like, and that really sucks. And it makes you feel guilty, like you're ungrateful. But at the same time, you're like, I don't know what to say because I can't control other people. And if other people have it, like, I don't know, like have it out for you, like, what can you do? Like, you have more power than you know. You actually do wield it responsibly. So I think you try your best not to, you know what I mean, throw people under the bus. But sometimes you have to be honest. But I'm getting this energy of like someone who's just feeling like really sorry for themselves right now. And it's like causing them to try and project all this bullshit onto you. But you're just literally rising above. You're literally rising above. And I think part of what makes you rise above is coming out of this contemplative energy where you're like, what do I do? I don't know how I feel. Like, this is so burdensome. I'm at the end of my rope, blah, blah, blah. And look at that, King of Pentacles coming out. And the 8 of Pentacles. I really feel like, oh, and the Queen of Wands again. Girl, okay, y'all, sorry. Everybody's girl to me. But I'm telling you right now, I think you're about to get like a major job offer or something. And if it's not a job offer, it is something stable. Okay, and it's gonna surprise you. It's very much giving Cinderella. Don't know why. Okay, for some of you, again, you've been through it. Okay, but you're coming out on top. I mean, the crown of your reading is just like so much more and so much better and so much further. And this is all just stuff that's happening in the background. And I genuinely am getting like it's actually not gonna matter at all, like very soon. And I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting. And I think you shouldn't worry. I definitely think you shouldn't worry. And just, I don't know, you've learned what you can from this, you know, hope that other people do as well for their own sake, not for you, because obviously, like, you know, you can't rely on other people to do anything, especially not do the right thing by you necessarily, unfortunately. But just wish people all the best. Keep doing you, keep rising above, keep, you know, like sacred is what I'm hearing. Like, keep yourself sacred and like recognize what you bring to the table. And you don't always need other people to see that. Sometimes people are just going to project what they want. But to be honest with you, they do see it. And I think that's part of the reason why they get pissy. And they just like can't believe it. So like they have to try and justify in their head why you're not the things that you are. Because if they believed that and they actually acknowledged it, then they would have to face that what they've done is real weird. And also they would have to face that, I'm sorry, that they're not all that. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate because the seed of growth that people have within them is infinite and they could infinitely blossom, right? Just like you do with this like long road that you've walked. And I'm just getting that some people unfortunately just feel real down and it causes them to act all kinds of ways. But in reality, I don't think you would ever try and dull someone else's shine and be like, you're not all that. I don't even think that's how you feel, actually. You just look at the facts. You know what I mean? Like, the fact is, you know, like, I've worked for who I am. You know what I mean? You don't just get to turn around and compare yourself. It's like apples to oranges, basically, is what I'm saying. We're all different people. You don't compare apples to oranges. Apples are apples, oranges are oranges. And then there's pomegranates in there. You know what I mean? Like, why are we comparing ourselves to each other in the first place? That's really the big question, right? You're just focused on you, and there's all this stuff going on in the background. Pretty soon, it's all going to fall away, and people are going to go walk their path and learn their lessons, as are you. But I'm getting that there's somebody or something very stable and powerful and sexy coming into your life. Whether, again, that's a new job or a new situation, a new person, a new man. Ooh, I don't know. But anyway, I gotta end this reading, y'all. I cannot stop. I will keep going. I swear to God, I need to do like live streams or something. Anyway, and I would not interact with the chat. I would y'all just be there with me. But anyway, I love y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye.